last fall. Tyler Bowen on that one.
Coach, get Tyler Bowen on the plane.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
How you doing?
Good. Hot. Here we go. Felt good out there, like a South Georgia day.
Talked to Cerebell, who was bar last year, and he's playing right tackle. I guess right now, I guess Brian said he's primarily left tackle. Can you describe that evolution?
Yeah, I just think, he played left tackle in the spring as well. We've made a big emphasis, something that we believe in on primary and secondary positions, and that's a good example of that. He's bounced at tackle. He's played guard. I think what you see up front, we're doing that with a lot. Nothing's set in stone. We have a lot of versatility. We do have some depth, but we've got to be able to perform at a high level on the spot that we settle into, and that's what we got to figure out this week, and we got to figure it out fast. You feel good about a number of guys. I don't want to put a number on it. There's guys competing. I don't think this week's going to be a big week and concerns like who's going to roll out there and who are the guys. I think that's going to be ever evolving. But I feel good about the versatility we have. But you've got to, at some point we've got to be able to line up and say hey, I can trust a left tackle. I can trust a right tackle. I can trust a right guard. Moving around's great, but we've got to start honing in now. I think just his work ethic, his leadership, those two things. Coming out of the summer and the spring with some of the things that he did with Coach Mick in the weight room, you see those things translating on the field. He's always been a powerful, athletic guy. We've got to get him to play within his technique better. But you can see the things that he generated in the weight room and the leadership and kind of the edge that he brings. You can see that showing up on the field. Yeah.
How close is that? If it comes on them at right tackle, how close is that time?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's I think a lot of times we look at things very linear. I wouldn't say it's that linear, and that goes back to my first comment. There is some depth, and certainly those two guys are a part of it, but we got to start honing in on where guys can help us and play at an elite level. And those are just two examples. So I don't know if it's just a battle between them. I think we've still got ever evolving battles within the group with guys that can, play tackle, play guard. We can mix things around, but we got to figure out that combination of the best five pretty quick.
What stands out about those two transfers?
Yeah, you talk about Ethan, big, powerful guy. He's been repping at both his primary and secondary on the left side, right side, interior, exterior. Phil's more of a tackle, brings some power. We've got to get him playing with Ben better, things like that, but he's got some length on the edge. Those are the two things that I've seen from those guys. Great dudes, come out and work. They picked up things really well, and we got to continue getting them going in that direction.
How was Ethan's weight loss, I guess, kind of change some of the things he can do out there?
Yeah, you see it in the way he moves. He's just a leaner, more in shape guy. I wasn't here when he first got here, when he first showed up on campus. I probably got to see a little bit more of the finished product of that as we went in the spring, but he did a lot with his body, and you see it show up every day. Just his stamina, I think, is the biggest thing I see.
Has he been able to maintain the power aspect of his game in a way that you think is satisfactory when he's playing? I think he's 30 pounds lighter.
No, I do. He's still got a lot of lean muscle mass, so you see that show up when he's anchoring, things like that. We just got to continue getting him better technically, good understanding, playing with his eyes, and that could go for all the guys.
In the spring, it looked like Phil was a little not behind, but with Austin and Ethan there. Where have you seen Phil take the biggest leap in his progression through the summer and then into the training?
Yeah, I think just acclimating to the culture, that's a big deal for any guy that's coming into this program, whether you're a freshman or a transfer. You see some more flexibility. I think he worked diligently on his hip and ankle flexibility, which was a big point of focus. We got to continue keeping that going. And, you see it in pass pro just with his length and his bend and being able to protect on the edge. He's doing some nice things at times.
All of the guys that we talked to kind of talked about his mean streak and they say he's a dog. But where do you see that show up as a coach?
I see it show up all the time. But the big thing with him is he's learned to be a really good practice player. We've got to be able to play with an edge, and we want it. Make no mistake, we want to do that. We will do that up front, but there's a time and a place for it. And I think he's really learned coming here how to practice, how to protect your teammates, and still get your work done.
How set is the middle three? Are you guards and your center? Obviously, a lot of talk about tackles, but how comfortable are you with Luke, Carson, Tegra, or is there
wiggle room in there still as you look with 2 weeks left?
Well, I think that's where you have some depth as well, whether that's Ethan, transitioning in there and getting reps. Josh Padilla is a guy that's doing a nice job. He just keeps getting better and better. So I wouldn't say anything set yet. It's all still a work in progress. Obviously, guys, you guys see them. They're repping at certain positions, and some guys are bouncing around a little more than others. But this is a big week, coming out of this week, a lot of practices. We should have a better idea after their grades on kind of what direction we're trending. And we got to do that quick, because I'd say it like, it's great to have all this depth. That's great. There's depth. There's guys that can play in a game, but like what 5 guys, what 6 guys, what 7 guys are going to rotate in that game and play at an elite level, at a level that Ohio State, that's Ohio State standard.
Do you see the rotation continue so much?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We're not there yet. I'm not ready to answer that question.
Are you opposed to that?
Certainly been a part of doing it before. It all depends on your group, right? If guys, it really comes down to the guys deserve to be in the game. If guys deserve to be in the game and they've earned that right, then there's a chance to rotate. If you haven't, then you haven't.
How close do you think to having 4 tackles who could be in the game?
I think we're closer. It's still a work in progress, but I think we're closer.
With Ethan, he's been a career tackle. I know you guys are cross-training guys different positions. What about his skill set when you guys are choosing to maybe rep him at guard at all? Did you see that maybe he could be a fit in there given his size?
Yeah, I mean, you look at him, right? He's a big, powerful guy. He can move people. I think one of his big strengths is in the run game, like being able to create movement. So it's been fun to see him get in there. He's getting a little more comfortable, learning it a little bit better. And, the other thing too is getting him on the right side, and getting him in a different spot. He played on the right side at Rice for the 2 years prior to moving to left. So that's something that, he's looked good. And he's a guy that's got some flexibility for us.
So when you think about the primary and secondary stuff that you mentioned, how many reps does a guy need at the primary, and how many do you want them to have at the secondary?
That's a good question. I think a lot of the secondary work starts off when you're in summer, when we're in our OTAs, when we're in spring, being able to be a little more flexible. When you're getting down to the wire here in fall camp, we're a little bit more primary, and then some guys are repping secondary to give them an opportunity to compete and take a job, or to provide flexibility for us for depth. I don't know. I don't have a number on that though.
It
Yeah.
might be different for everybody.
Yeah, I try to keep count of the reps of what we're doing at each position, and move things around on a day-to-day basis from there. If you watch how we practice, we'll have different guys, repping with each group depending on the team period. We might have a guy bump within a team period, so that's all things we're mindful of, and we make sure to prepare them. You want to be in a position where you can go out on a day and put a guy in a spot, and hey, this day he's going to play this spot. He can kind of mentally soak into it and be ready to go.
What's the next step for Ian in his development?
Yeah, I think Ian's come a long way. To me, it's play strength right now. He's got to continue playing with better play strength. He's a really athletic guy. He's picking up things well. He's smart. He's going hard, but just continue to see him be really firm when it comes to protection in the run game. And I think he's starting to translate some of the things that he showed on the weight room on the field.
Tyler, 2 more questions. Tyler, what have been your initial impressions of those 3 freshmen with Jake and Carter and Javon, kind of just what they've done for a few weeks?
Yeah, I think they're progressing. Jake's done a great job. He's dependable. I think he's picked up things really well. Javon was having some really good practices here. And then Carter has done a nice job. Carter's still got to get stronger up top. Doe, J-Mac, he's got to continue gaining some weight. And Jake, he's got to continue improving his athleticism. But I like all 3 of those guys. They come in, work well every day. They've been a welcome add.
Carson and Luke last year didn't make much of the year. Then
Right.
What strides have you seen them continue to take from there? Obviously, they'll hear last year.
Yeah, I think just trying to become technicians. I think once you play significant snaps in games, and especially the games they played in, they know what it takes to be ready at a high level. And I think they self-reflect and think, was I ready to play at my highest level, or is there more in the tank? And I think they both tell you there's more in the tank. So just how they've approached, not only in the weight room, not only in agility and all the things that they do, but how they've approached our technique. You see it showing up every day. That's what we're always looking for. The drills that we're doing, are they translating to the field? If they're not, I've got to go back to the drawing board and figure out a way to reach them. But you see those things showing up with both of those guys, and they're working hard at it.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely.
Good to see y'all.
Hey, Coach.
Yes. Yes.
So this is the one.
right, guys, here's Carson Hinzman for you.
Ooh, my shoes are wet. Ooh. Oh.
It wasn't hot out there, was it?
Oh no, it was chilly. No, it was good out there. What's going on, boss? Just from the beginning, or I was born in July. Yeah, I mean, I've been blessed. I've been blessed with a lot of adversity, I think, coming into Ohio State, and this year especially, it's been different. I think the day after those guys kind of went out, you kind of realize, like, man, it's it's a new season, new guys, it's a new journey together, and I think we've been so blessed to have such great guys come into the room right now that have helped me elevate my game and elevate my leadership and elevate all the attributes that kind of go into what I want to be this season. And I think learning from past Buckeyes, like the Charles I've worked with a lot, has been really like influential, not only for just me as a player, but just me as a person as well. So I think going after an award like that is, first of all, you got to be very blessed to win it, but second of all, you need a lot of qualities outside of football for it. And I think I've learned a lot through that adversity and through those teachings this season. So I've been blessed. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I mean, I was, yeah, I still like green behind my ears. Yeah, no, I'm a little older now. Bones are a little more sore, but no, I'm I feel like I'm a completely different player, completely different person. But I've been blessed. Like through all those adverse times and through all those teachings and through all those hard times, I've really learned a lot about myself, a lot about my playing ability, a lot about where I can go as a player and how much more growth I still have yet. Because I still think I have a really high ceiling for myself that I can reach, and every day we're trying to raise that floor to there. And I think from 2 years ago to now, I mean, you could go on film and say that's a completely different player. Yeah, I mean, I think I've been doing a lot better job. I think the leadership on the team as a whole has become such an asset and such a great improvement. I think with the last what we got 18 days until we see the fighting Canoes come in. We Kano a hero. I always joke with Hero about it. He was my roommate for 2 years, so I always give him crap. But no, he's my buddy. So but yeah, he until then, I think my leadership is definitely elevated. I think it still needs to elevate, intensely. I think I can grow so much more than what I am right now. And we literally just had a conversation like that with a group of the guys, or with all of our O-line guys over there. Like, we can be such a good group. We can be a group that's one of the best. I feel like tight knit wise and collectively wise that we've been a part of, or that I've been a part of before. And so I think just to put all those pieces together and to bring leadership not only from me but from a few other guys in the online group, it will be really special throughout those next 18 days. What's that? Yeah. What's that? Sorry. Yeah, no, and I mean, Piggy, he's been doing everything right. I mean, he's been bouncing around. He's been faced a lot of adversity as well, but I mean, he's prevailed and he's been doing a great job leading and stuff like that. Being a younger guy himself, for him to step up and take that role has been huge, not only for me but for our entire team and for our unit. And so for him to continue to take those steps is going to be really important throughout this offseason or throughout this season, through this offseason, because we have a really long season coming up. Like we know, it's going to take everybody. And last year really showed that. So I think that leadership, not only coming from, like a couple guys, but from the entire group, I think it's going to be so important because like I said, we're going to need everybody.
You were playing for a while, then you become a starting left guard, then you move back to center and you become the starting center of the national championship.
Yeah.
I know you already answered the plays question, but what a whirlwind last year that you came out on top.
Yeah.
As you reflect on that, what comes to mind?
Yeah, I mean, just how blessed I was. Just continuing to count my blessings. I mean, I never thought that would be the case. I know going into Penn State with Coach Fry, I was like, I know you never played it, but you want to give her a shot, and I was like, shoot, why not? And through that, I couldn't have been more blessed. And then from taking over after Seth got injured, and him being there, still coaching me, not just like taking a back seat and working on his NFL journey, but he really sat
sat back and helped me out was a blessing as well. Being able to play with guys like with 2 first-round picks and 3 All-Americans, and Josh Fryer should have been All-American, so really 4 All-Americans. It was really, such an honor to me and be able to play with those guys. So I've been blessed to play with a lot of really great people.
Coaches have talked about Austin's development and how quickly kind of he flipped the switch after the title game, how motivated he was. When did you kind of see him flip that switch? Did you talk to him at all, like the motivation he had to get better and play a big role this season?
Yeah, Pig's always a really intense guy. Especially when, we're doing any off-season training or something like that. Like, he's definitely a guy that gets people going. He's a really strong guy, really competitive. And so for him to just kind of, unravel a little bit more of that and just kind of like bring that raw emotion, I think, to what we do has been really just fun to see. And I think it's kind of like a culmination throughout the entire offseason from winter training to summer training to now. And he's just continued to steadily incline on that. They're really great leadership. He still has a long way to go, but I think he's been doing a really great job in learning his capabilities and what he's able to do for the group.
Talk about kind of the last 12 months and just kind of what kind of chaos was in that. How valuable has the last 7 or so months of stability been for you? Just kind of be able to not really bump around, to know your goal, to know where you're at.
Yeah, it's been awesome. And to work with guys, like I said before, like LaCharles has been like probably one of the greatest blessings I've been able to have throughout the last 7 months. Through what he's done for me, through what Coach Bowen has done for me, Coach Dickey, Coach Johnson, all those guys have really helped me out to become such a better player than I was. It's just been really important just so I can narrow down on what I need to do. Because, as a center, you kind of need to be able to play all 3 positions, and getting comfortable in my body posture and stance and how I drive off the ball and stuff like that is important, not only for center, but for everything. So I've just been blessed with opportunity and people, honestly.
You mentioned playing behind Seth, and you obviously played next to Donovan and NFL players. What did you learn mentally that kind of helped your game grow, kind of playing with and alongside those guys?
Yeah, and I think, from being in those huddles, being with, even with great leaders like Will Howard and stuff like that, I found that we always play the best when we can play fast and we're having a lot of fun. I think we play really, really hard when we're having fun with each other. I think when we kind of have that mindset of we're going to burrow down and, it's us against, whoever, it's us collectively, our unit against whoever wants to, line up across from us. I think that's when we have our strongest mindset and collective force together. And I think playing with Donnie and playing with Josh Fryer and Jimmy and Seth and, all those guys in the past and stuff like that, they've taught me that, physically we can be really capable, but if we're mentally all together, we're pretty hard to deal with.
What's going to be the biggest difference between a center who's getting ready to start for the first time in his life and a center who's been through the battles and has a bunch of experience?
Yeah, a center who has a lot of green behind his ears. He goes up there and he's really just hoping he just doesn't mess up. He's hoping, the snap gets the quarterback. He's hoping on a lot of stuff. He's not really dictating anything. He's not going up there and deciding. He's like, okay, I'm going to give this guy 2 options. I know I've watched enough film. I know the tendencies of this player. I've played these guys before. I kind of have a feeling of what this D coordinator can do or what he likes to do just from learning from different experiences and different coaches. So just being able to go up there now with experience is huge. I didn't think I knew how valuable experience was 2 years ago. And I still have a lot of experience to get yet, I think, in my experience or in my journey, my career. But so far, I think the experience has been, invaluable for me just from those past 2 years to now. Yeah. Yeah, I was excited. I was looking up a bunch of trash talk in German for him, just so the ref doesn't get us on a couple, But no, I'm pumped actually. It's me fun to see him. Me and him, been best friends for the past couple of years living together. And so it's been, it's a blessing to be able to go and play up against him. And I don't really know where he's playing at right now, I guess position wise specifically, but wherever he's at, I'm pretty excited to throw a double team on him and hopefully roll him over a couple times. What's that?
I think you can repeat what you've learned about the
German? I really just call him a Pummelish, which is like chubby. That's really it. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you.
we have Ethan Onianwa on the 10. We have Tegra Tshabola on the 20.
How's it going, fellas?
Sure.
And
Step
Austin
up.
Sarah at the goal line.
You were the starter on the national championship team, right guard. Are you one of those guys that's maybe not moving around quite as much, or you just play right guard, or what do you do in practice?
I mean, we're preparing everybody to be able to play everywhere that's needed. I mean, that's something we had to do last year to win the national championship. So we're doing the exact same thing, just getting guys comfortable being in different places, getting guys comfortable being uncomfortable.
Would you be as comfortable with all this changing around if last year didn't happen? Or did you need the example of last year to show you why this is actually a good idea?
I mean, kind of, yeah. I definitely learned a lot about football last year, and that's just you don't know exactly what's going to happen. You don't know when your number is going to be called, and you don't know when you got to step up to do what the teams needs to do to win. I feel a lot different. I mean, fortunately, I've got a lot of plays under my belt now, and I'm just a lot more comfortable. I mean, I'm asking pretty good questions with coaches. I'm working with all 4 of our coaches, and yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable. Oh, I'm good. I'm great. I feel it's.
You've got Coach Hickey, you've got Coach Johnson, you've got Coach Bowen. Like, how has that dynamic changed the way that the team, the room can operate and learn things quickly when you have that many different people?
I think it's been extremely beneficial because, I mean, we're able to coach a lot more guys up. I mean, when you got to coach up 16, 17 guys all in one day, I mean, it's really hard. But we got different guys coaching up different things, and you have a lot of different opinions. So you're able to grasp a lot more knowledge, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. You have a different confidence about you right now, I think, than in previous years. You just seem a little bit more dialed in, right? Is that just a result of being able to go through it all last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a result of playing a lot of football. I mean, you don't really know what you don't know until you're in that moment. So I've been through a lot, and I'm still challenging myself to grow a lot more. But yeah, just having a lot more confidence, having a lot of confidence in the coaches that they've got you in the right position, trusting your footwork, hands, things like that. It's all becoming second nature more and more.
A lot of reps under your belt. You're a fourth-year player now, or starter on the national championship team. In addition to that, how have you grown the most?
I think mentally, definitely, because you know, one of our coaches used to say, you don't necessarily get faster, you don't necessarily get bigger or stronger. You just learn more, and you just learn what you need to do on certain plays, and you just get more confident, and you gain more knowledge.
Look back at last year. What ways are you trying to improve?
Definitely just in critical moments, just making sure you lock back into the simple basics, the simple techniques, and just the things you work on every day. You know, we read a book called Chop Wood, Carry Water, and that whole book is all about doing the mundane things every single day and doing them perfectly.
Talking to Austin, you guys didn't really know each other growing up. You guys went to rival high schools.
Yeah.
You know, but you guys didn't really know each other growing up. Just get into that.
Well, actually, we didn't know this, but we played on the same Little League team. We both played on Westchester Outlaws, and he ended up going to Lakota East. I went to Lakota West. So we always knew of each other, but we didn't really know each other. And I guess it's just funny how it works out now that we're
Sounds like a pretty good Little League.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, man. It was really cool. His dad was one of the coaches. So, yeah, it was really cool going through that. Oh, yeah. He's a guy that challenges himself a lot. He pushes himself to be better. He's never satisfied, and he's always looking for different ways to grow.
You're kind of a veteran and a leader in this right now. What have you thought about the young guys like Carter and Jake and Jason?
Lots of talent. Those guys are really, really talented. And those guys come with a lot of different tools and different techniques that I'm not sure if I really had them. I was just a big, strong guy. These guys are very talented. They got some learning to do, some more experience to go through. This is their first fall camp. So, I mean, yeah, but those guys are really talented. Uh-huh.
How big a factor, not only in your development as an athlete, but development of your as a mature adult, how big a part of that is Coach Mick?
Oh, huge, huge. Coach Mick puts you in the hardest, most challenging environments in order for growth, mentally, physically, and the guys that buy in, which is mostly everybody. They don't, you don't really know where it's going to take you to until you're already there. That's why, like, some people that aren't in this building, they see guys pop up out of nowhere and they're superstars. Those things do not happen out of nowhere, and a lot of those things are credited to Coach Mick.
What cite as a specific example as to why that works, why the method works, a lot of science behind it, a lot of community building behind it. What produces that?
Examples is in just, I mean, challenging guys, calling guys out, getting in guys' faces. You know, I'd say the biggest example of that is Sonny Styles. He's a guy that Coach Mick was on very hard the last 2 years, and Sonny, he struggled at first, but when he bought in, I mean, like, look at the player he is right now. Look at all these things that are being said about him. They're not just being said just because. Oh, these guys are very good, and it's a lot different from last year. I mean, we had the 2 best D tackles in the country, in my opinion, but these guys all come with something different, and they're all come with a different skill set. And just going up against these different guys, it teaches you how to play the season, because you're not going to go against the same front. You're not going to go up against the same guys, so it's good.
2 more questions. What have you seen from him, and what's that growth like?
Yeah, he's taken huge steps, and honestly, he's taken huge steps every single season he's been here. And he's a guy that also challenged himself a lot to be more vocal, to push the younger guys, and by him teaching these younger guys, that helped him improve himself, because it helped him learn more.
Last question.
You committed and signed under one offensive line coach. He wasn't here the day you enrolled. Justin Fry comes in. He's now gone. You're entering into year 4 with 3 different coaches, ostensibly. Now 3 new coaches that you didn't know in Mark Johnson and Dickey and Bowen. Like, have you been able to wrap your head around everything that it's taken for you to get here and what it means to you as an Ohio kid?
Yeah, it's definitely something that's been a little tougher to go through, but I mean, it's preparing you for the pros. Honestly, you never know what's going to happen the next year. Whichever coaches they got in, you buy into the method and you work extremely hard at these different things. I mean, there's not very many different ways to play offensive line. These guys are a lot of the time coaching the same thing, so it doesn't really matter whose mouth it's coming out of. It's how much can you take it, how much can you use it to grow as a player.
All right, Tegra, thank you.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
We'll bring in Luke Montgomery here at the 20.
Yo. What's going on, guys? Can you hear me? What's up, Bird?
You came in here.
Yeah.
What kind of growth have you seen from him this offseason?
Tremendous growth. I think, as a young guy, he was fairly quiet fella. Didn't really have much to say, but like obviously as the years have gone on, you can see him really growing in that leadership role, and he's done a tremendous job.
You've always been kind of more of a natural guy. What's it been like to see him kind of come out of it?
It's been great. I think we're holding each other accountable to high standards, and we're just continuing to grind every day. So it's been really, really cool.
For you personally, how is maybe this camp this year felt different?
Well, first of all, we don't have Donovan, Josh, and Seth. So, I mean, that's been pretty weird, because those are the guys that have really helped me in my years, growing and just getting better and developing. And obviously, like, when you step into a role as a leadership standpoint, I don't think it hits you instantly. But, like, as camp has gone on, it's really hit me, and it's been pretty cool to just be able to help the young guys out like they did to me.
How much pride
Yeah.
those guys
I take a lot of pride in that. Obviously, I'm a pretty social guy. I haven't really met a stranger. And I love making football fun and just I enjoy just being able to talk and have energy and bring energy to the game. So it's been pretty cool so far.
how easy was it to find your voice in the first couple of years?
I think it was pretty hard just when I wasn't playing, but as I started playing those last couple games, like I think I found my voice and where I was at.
As you reflect on that, so you played as a true freshman as a back.
Yeah.
I think the sixth man, the first game, true freshman. Yeah. When you sophomore year, you're not really playing.
Mm-hmm.
Then you become a starter on the national championship team and play well. As you reflect on that,
Yeah, my parents just helped me a lot. They just told me to continue to just trust in the Lord, and obviously I did that. I'm a big believer in the Lord, but I think just also the preparation I took on the Tuesday and Wednesdays. Like we had the best defense in the country, and it wasn't even close. And you can just see that off of the draft picks. Like the 4 up front, we're getting all drafted in the first 4 rounds. Like I mean, they're great players, obviously. So I just treated those Tuesday and Wednesday games like they were my Saturday games, and obviously that helped me from getting on that stage because I wasn't playing anybody near as good as they were.
All of a sudden, you are starting a college football playoff game that you're not going to be playing much all year. Was your mindset, oh shoot, I got to perform or we're going to lose, or was it finally I'm getting my opportunity?
If I'm being honest with you, I was just pretty pissed off that I didn't get a chance before. So I just was kind of like, here's what I'm going to do. Here's how I'm going to play, and we're going to go from here.
What do you think you showed? Because it went from you're rotating the first 2 games, and then all of a sudden the Cotton Bowl, you're playing the bowl game, national championship, you're playing the bowl game. What do you think people learned about you as an offensive lineman?
I bring a lot of energy. Obviously, I love the game. I just want to put people in the dirt and have fun. I'm looking to take out ribs, and I'm looking just to put people in the dirt every single play. So, yeah, but I think that's a good question. I think I'm just playing smart all the time. Really, I'm just angry doing it. Like I have fun. Yeah. Yeah. It's great. Yeah, no, it's been great. I think a lot of guys have stepped up, a lot of young guys. You talk about guys like Ian and Gabe, they've done a tremendous job so far. They're obviously year 2 guys, and they got to be ready to go because like that was me last year. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna be ready to go, and I'm excited to see them play. So it's gonna be cool.
How have you seen the defensive linemen possibly step up this game?
Yeah, they've done great. I think from a leadership standpoint, I think KJ and Caden Curry have done a tremendous job, and the interior guys are grinding. I think Weezy, I call him Weezy, but Tywone and Will, Edric, like those guys have done great jobs, and obviously K-Mac's done great too. So to see those guys take a leadership role and just step up, knowing that they're going to play really well, has been pretty cool to watch. Yeah. Well, I think he's pretty similar to Austin. I think there's a guy that's more of a look what I'm doing from a leadership standpoint and follow his direction. But he's also become very vocal in what he's been able to say and stuff and speak up. Like when he talks, everyone looks at him and listens because he doesn't talk much more. But when he has something to say, everyone's listening.
What different challenge do these defensive tackles? You said you run against maybe
Mhm.
defensive line country last year. What is this group doing different, and how do they challenge you guys?
Yeah, I think it starts with Coach Patricia's scheme and what he's bringing to the table. It's helping us out a lot. Yeah, that's totally right. Just I think obviously like you got guys like even Sonny and Arvell, who I think are the 2 best linebackers, and then obviously Peyton Pierce right there as well. Like those guys are grinding, and they're helping us out a lot. Like they're super smart. They're just doing a lot of great things. And I think as a front 7 unit like that, like they're doing great.
You said you were pissed off that you didn't get the opportunity earlier last year. Was there any conversation between you and Coach Day and Coach Fry after the regular season about, hey, I want my opportunity?
Yeah, I just that's what it comes down to, is just having those conversations with obviously your coaches, because that's what they're here for. And I just wanted to pick their brains on what they saw and like why I didn't get a chance and stuff like that. But it was a great. I mean, that's what you got to do. You have those conversations, and everyone's on the same page. And like you're not gonna like I've said, you're not gonna know anything if you don't go in there and ask. You know what I mean? So like I thank them a lot for just having those conversations with me and just being able to open their ears being open to mine as well. And just it was great though.
Like last spring, I think you would have acknowledged and admitted that maybe you had not taken a step back,
Mhm.
maybe you weren't where you wanted to be. At what point did you go from I'm not where I want to be to I deserve to be playing? I mean, was there a moment in the season when that happened?
I think I don't know. I think yeah, I don't know if I have a great answer to that question for you. No, I think I just think I needed more reps at guard. I knew that for sure. Like obviously I was as a guy coming in, I was pretty light in the ass. So like playing Tyleek and stuff like that, that's pretty rough on the inside. And I just obviously I didn't really play offensive line until my junior year of high school, and in my freshman year I played tackle, and then once I transitioned to the inside, it was a whole different game because stuff happens so much quicker, and guys are a lot bigger inside and can move as fast as the DNs, which was interesting for my first couple practices. But I think it just took time, like transitioning from that position to come into the inside, and I knew that. Yeah, no doubt. It's funny. Like we always joke about like when Carson goes out, sometimes people think like he's me, and then when I go out, people think I'm Carson. So a lot of us think we're like siblings and stuff like that, which I don't really see it. But like personality wise, I can a little bit. It's been really cool though. Like, I mean, he loves the game, and he's obviously really really smart, and it's obviously great to have him. So it's been pretty cool to play with him. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've learned a lot from him from just when I get my reps at center and stuff, when like all those fronts and stuff you're looking at, and when you have the ID stuff and all that, like he's helping me a lot because some of that stuff like it gets mixed up and it's hard.
You've known Carter for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, lock in.
What have you thought about his first few weeks at camp, and then Jake and Javon?
Yeah, I think that crew has some special brewing in the pot for sure. I think they've done a great job, and you can see the growth from all three of them, just from spring, like first practice to the 15th practice, spring ball, and then obviously now or spring ball to now, like just even in the workouts in the summer, just they're attacking it, they're getting better. I don't know if you guys have seen Carter, but like he's dropped a lot of weight and he looks really good, and now it's time for him to grow into his body and gain that all back in muscle. And like I don't have enough good things to say about them. They've done a great job though, and I think those are three guys that are going to be really important to this squad in the years coming.
I'm excited you get a chance to play against the Texas D line and
Yeah.
the Hero.
Oh man, Hero's my dog. Love Hero, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I have a lot of respect for those guys. Obviously, Coach Stark's done a great job, and their defense is a great defense. They got a lot of good players up front, and obviously in the back half of their coverages and stuff like that. So, it's going to be a lot of fun in the shoe on August 30th for sure.
Carson said he's been studying some German trash talking. Prepare for Hero. Have you been doing anything?
Nah, I just say some gibberish and act like it's German, and maybe it sounds similar to something. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just stronger in my lower body and my hips. I think obviously going against big guys like K-Mac and stuff every day, like obviously like that takes time to just be able to use your whole body and stuff like that. But I've felt a tremendous change the last 2 or 3 years. I'm probably about I'm probably 313 right now, and I came in at like 278. So, and I feel as good as I did at 278. So that's the best part. But like when I'm done playing, I'm gonna be like 240. Joe Thomas, no doubt. Yeah. K-Mac's done great. I mean, he brings tremendous energy every day. I've known K-Mac and been really close to him and his family since junior year of high school. I think when he committed, I went down to watch. My brother went to a Georgia-Tennessee visit, and I went with him, and I got to watch K-Mac at running back, which was sick. His senior year for like 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. I was like, damn, this dude's nice. But it's like, sorry to break it to you, K-Mac, but you're not playing running back when you get here.
You've got one word to describe K-Mac as running back. What's that?
Shifty. Shifty downhill.
You can throw football at 60 yards. You never figured out
No, I wish. I haven't talked to Coach Hart about that yet. Maybe.
He would be on this number coming in the future.
Yeah.
Do you think Jeremiah Smith could win a Heisman?
I think he's got tremendous ability. I think he'll be up there for sure. It's been pretty cool to watch him. He just goes about his work every day. There's no doubt he's going to be up there.
What's the next level for you coming off college football playoff experience. You bona fide as a guy on the line now.
Yeah.
What is the next level?
I think just being ready to go, whatever position Coach Bowen needs me, and whatever our offense needs me to be in a leadership role, and just obviously playing. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Take care.
Oh, you're not? And I could become a great coach.